welcome back to Movie Review Mom. I'm the mom and I do the reviews. The best way to support this little channel is to like it, subscribe, ring that little bell, and it'll notify you every time I upload a new movie review, which is almost every day because so many movies have been coming out. I'm having a weird hair day, and that's kind of important because today we're talking about some beautiful, glamorous things, and I'm just not feeling it or looking at it. But I like the movie a lot. Let me tell you about it. The movie I'm reviewing is The Princess Switch, Switched Again 2. This is a sequel. It's rated PG. It's an hour and 36 minutes. And the movie review mom grade I'm going to give it is a B, and I'll tell you why. But first, in a nutshell, every December, I get in the mood to snuggle under the covers in my bed, drink hot chocolate, and watch a super sugary Christmas movie. Well, last year, I stumbled upon The Princess Switch on Netflix. It was just what I wanted, and the kind of sweet Hallmark style movie that blends romance, beautiful things, beautiful people, and Christmas. So if you're a Vanessa Hudgens fan, you're going to be in heaven because this sequel to The Princess Story on Netflix today features Vanessa Hudgens 1, Vanessa Hudgens 2, and Vanessa Hudgens 3. But they all play very different characters and they switch places because they look alike. It's directed by Mike Roll, and it's a saccharine, sweet chick flick that's filled with more beautiful things, more beautiful places, and more beautiful people. So let me give you first some quick tips for parents. There are two gay men that are seen dancing together at a very formal ball. A married man tries to woo his wife into bed, and that's pretty subtle, so it'll go over the heads of most young ones, but adults will understand, obviously, what's happening. There's some alcohol, someone gets kidnapped, and lots of kissing. Now, some themes that are taught in this movie are dishonesty, greed, identity, true love, friendship, supporting one another, service to others, communication in marriage. And then I'll share one line that is spoken by Lady Margaret, who becomes Queen Margaret. And she says, Christmas is about giving. And so you can consider this gift from Netflix to all of those who really loved that first movie. Now, some of the things that I really liked about this movie are, first of all, Vanessa Hudgens. She does a really great job playing three different people. She changes her posture, her voice, and adds some subtle nuances that really make you believe you're seeing three different people. And she's just adorable, darling. It would have been awesome to hear her sing, but that's a different movie, right? Another thing that the movie does really well is show you the characters together straight on instead of like split screen. Well, I'm sure they used a split screen. Instead of showing a hug with somebody's hair. I mean, they do a little bit of that, but they do a lot of full on three girls interacting with each other, which just shows a higher level of technical skill in a movie like this. And so it's believable. I totally bought it. And so that makes it a lot of fun. In case you don't remember what happened in the first movie, which was adorable, or you never saw the first one, the first part of this movie gives you a quick overview in an animation form, which I thought was very charming. And that's what we're going for with this movie, is very charming and elegant, romantic. It's like a rom-com. And so you expect all of those elements and you get them. They deliver. It has all of the elegant palace settings that you would hope that it would have. The set designs are gorgeous. And it made me wonder, are these sets or did they go to some beautiful palace and film? Because it looks legit. It's just beautiful. Every little girl has fantasized about living that type of a regal life, at least once, right? Well, okay, I have. And speaking of gorgeous, there are lots of beautiful gowns and costumes, which again, you hope for in a royal movie like this. In a recent interview, Vanessa Hudgens said she had so much fun wearing these different gowns. And here's a picture of her favorite one, at least she said was her favorite in a recent interview. There's lots of Christmas spirit, Christmas decor. So it'll definitely get you in the mood as we move into December. There are beautiful pastries, which of course were highlighted in the first movie. And I used to teach classes at the famous Le Cordon Bleu Culinary College, and I was surrounded by beautiful, delicious pastries. So I would have loved to have seen even more, but that really wasn't the focus of this movie. So, you get a few glimpses and that was good. So it's, diet friendly to watch this movie. The perky music by Alan Ari Lassar was fun and cheery and appropriate. And the cast showcases some diversity, which is always nice. Now, there were a few things that I didn't like. First of all, there's lots of cliched dialogue, characters, and shenanigans. Not that it wasn't expected. I mean, it kind of was. With all of the Christmas spirit, however, there's no talk of religion and what Christmas is really about. It's really more of the festivities of the holiday that are featured. Now, if you love the story about Stacy DeNovo and Prince Edward from the first movie, you'll be disappointed because the focus of the sequel is not on them. But not to worry, there is another romance in the air, and they do have a relationship side story that keeps them in the movie, obviously. The plot is very simple as long as you can keep the three young ladies straight. And when they start to change accents and clothing, it gets a little bit more tricky, but it's all in good fun. There is a strange plot point that is completely unnecessary. So, for example, in the very first movie, the prince is in on the switch. But in this one, the girls intentionally leave him out. They keep him in the dark, which really doesn't make any sense. It allows for more confusion, but it just seemed like an odd choice. There are two henchmen of sorts in the movie that feel more like slapstick cartoon characters than real people. It's definitely an attempt at humor, but it often falls flat, at least maybe for older people. Young girls that are watching this might just think that's so funny. And that's okay too, because the movie is geared for both girls, young and young at heart. So really, the movie is pretty much what you would expect. If you liked the first movie, you're going to like this one. If you didn't like the first movie, then stay away because it's just more of the same. Now, before we go, let me give you some recommendations of movies that are somewhat similar. The first one is A Christmas Switch. Lots of switching going on in these movies. Another one is called The Princess Protection. And another movie you've probably seen, however, if you haven't, you absolutely should, is The Princess Diaries. Those are really good, a good classic. If you like this one, you're absolutely going to like that movie and the sequel to that one as well. All right, that's it for my movie review. I want to thank all of you who are going over to Patreon to support me there. There are lots of gifts and lots of tiers to choose from. So if you want to toss a nickel or two my way, that supports my channel so that I can continue to bring movie reviews to you, to give you the scoops so that you can know what the content is in terms of quality and what's appropriate for your family to watch. All right. I hope you enjoy this movie. I think it's definitely going to put you in the Christmas mood. And I have another movie review of another Christmas movie coming out tomorrow. So until then, bye for now.